I'm Sterling Dirk, and I'm here today to show you how to tie the shoelace the right way. So starting off, it starts with a story. So I was watching a TEDx talk one day, and the premise of the talk was how changing one simple thing in the process can create a more efficient and functional form. And his example that he gave was tying a shoelace, and I watched him do his presentation, and all it was simply changing the way that you wrap around the lace. Instead of going forward, you go backwards when you're creating the bow. This creates a perfect straight lace across the top, and what it does is it creates a knot. And so by doing that, it actually allows for your shoelaces not to come untied. That's the key essential point. And so if you ever have your shoelaces coming untied, well, pay attention, because this is how you can correct it. So to start it off, your standard shoelace technique: cross, over, tie the knot. So when you get to the knot, essentially a lot of the times the standard that most people do is go over, up, and through. Well, instead of doing around, you go backwards and through the shoelace. So essentially what ends up happening is you get a straight across bow, and it actually ties a knot. So first off, if your shoelaces look like this all the time, you're doing it the wrong way. That's easy first way to point it out. What ends up happening is your shoelaces will tend to kind of go vertical on this one, and when you have a thicker style shoelace, you'll notice that they're kind of end up going like this most of the time, and also they come undone very easily. So essentially all it is about changing one thing in the process, going backwards instead of over the top frontwards, and then get perfect straight across shoelace. Okay, so usually standardly with shoelaces, there's a couple ways to tie them. One of the ways I'm going to show you is the straight across method. So essentially what you're doing is you're wanting to get laces straight across on each eyelet all the way up. Things to pay attention for: usually this works best on 5 or 3 eyelets, odd numbers, just because of the way that it actually crosses over. It works better that way. And what ends up happening with 6, you end up with one kind of crossing over at the top, but it's hidden under the shoelace, so it doesn't really necessarily matter. But if you're a perfectionist, then that's something you might want to pay attention to. So essentially when you start, you're going to have your 2 laces, keeping them around about the same length. And what you're going to do is you're essentially going to go through the first eyelet, and you're going to come across like that. Now with your original first lace on the right side, you're going to go and skip up 2 and go across, same as before. Now you're going to jump back to the one on the right side now, go up 2, cross, and then this time you're actually going to go across, out, and then back to the original, straight up and out. So what ends up happening is you end up with straight laces across the top, laces even on the top, and then one cross, which essentially when you tie the shoelace is covered. So you end up with straight laces that go all the way across. Looks nice and clean, very professional. A lot of sneakerheads do this, but I think it works really well in dress shoes as well. If you liked what you saw today and you have some questions, let us know. Like, comment, and share, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can.